Hello and welcome to another beer review with the Beard Man. Today I bring you a Russian Imperial Stout from my guys at Bang the Elephant. This is Work Is Not a Wolf. This is a Russian Imperial Stout coming at 12.6%. Yeah, intriguing. I've always been super impressed by their dark beers in general. They're really nice people as well, to be fair. They've always been really in contact with me and spoke to me over on Instagram. Back in the Instagram days, I used to do them reviews. And and they're quite local to me as well. So obviously I like to promote good breweries, especially because their stouts are some of the best you will get in the UK for me. I'm intrigued by this because usually with their stouts, it is usually super intense pastry-fied stouts, right? Super sweet, super craziness, just intensity, and that's why I love them. So to have a Russian Imperial Stout is intriguing. Russian Imperial Stout is basically a strong stout, and it's just really popular in Russia. I'm trying to think the mass now, but definitely 150, 200 years ago, they were extremely popular, and they fell in love with them. And that's all Russian Imperial Stout is, basic form of stout, really strong, classic Russian. Well, let's not say less about Russia these days. I will just do less that. But back in the day, that's what it's all about. I like simplicity stouts, I won't lie, and since the more stout I drink, the more I appreciate the basic level of stouts. To be honest, I've always been a stout fan. You know, I'm pretty certain. Well, I've got some stories I could tell you, but it might put some people in trouble. But I've always been quite a fan of stouts and dark beers from very young. I won't dive into further, but I've always liked the stouts. But let's have a close look at the beer. It did create a bit of a head, but obviously with it being 12.6%, it died a death, and I'm perfectly fine with that. Head creates to protect the body. With it being 12.6, the chances are minimal. If I had my old machine pours through, you create a head, but even that, I don't think this will work with this. I just think it's just so strong and it's pointless. But it is jet black. I'll put it up towards that. It's the only way I can tell. That's just jet black. That is just pure jet black. So if you go a bit further up, it's black bordering brown. it is jet black. It is classic stout for me. So let's have a little sniff, eh? That is beautiful. So much roasty toastiness. It is ridiculous. It is so strong roasty malt flavour. But what I will say is a big, strong, sweet note to this with red fruits. There's a big, strong red fruit element here. Like raspberry, especially raspberry, to be fair. Raspberry is the most dominant one. But there's that kind of slight strawberry type vibe with it as well, but I'd say it's more raspberry. Yeah, all it is Russian Imperial Stout. There's no additives, there's no adjuncts in this, there's no anything in this. This is just pure stout, and that's why I find basic stout so interesting, because you can do this to you. It's like really good quality dark chocolate, but it's also, because it's sweet, you get that milky chocolate as well. I wouldn't say dairy milk, but it says that sweeter milkier chocolate, but it's definitely dark chocolate in there as well. With that red fruitiness, with the roasted maltiness. That smells epic. This smells bloody delicious, to be honest with you. But anyway, cheers, I can't wait for this. Wow. 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 Told you, these are masters at stouts. If you're from the UK and you've never had a Bang the Elephant stout, get on it. Get on it, because these are, everyone goes on about Emperor, deservedly, justifiably so. But man, these are on the same level for me. They rarely put a foot wrong. This is excellent. Wow. It drinks so well. It's not thick or anything. It's nice, a little bit of carbonation if anything. I'm not big on stouts, carbonated stouts. It's like mini micro bubbles, but it has that little tickle of fizziness. It goes down, and then the flavour just raw, like the molasses, red fruit, roastiness, toastiness, but definitely that molasses red fruit is the dominant key here. Honestly, it is that strong. It can be kind of, honestly, you said it was a jam stout, and I drank it. Yeah, you could be convinced. You'd be convinced. The roasted malt aspect is absolutely there. It is literally the carrier of the red fruits, the juicy red fruits, and the sweetness. Oh, man. I'm getting a little tinge of coffee, but it's not coffee. But there's that scientific element of the brain function. You get it. But that is, wow. Simplistic stouts are the best stouts, and I don't care what anyone says. When stouts done right, stouts are the best beers in the world. And this is an absolutely exquisite version from the UK. Yeah. And I know I said to my guys, I brought this on my own volition. They have no idea I'm doing this. Absolutely brilliant brewery, very small brewery too. They've got their own website. I will put that in the description, their website. They have little cool glasses and merch and stuff. For me, one of the best hidden secrets of the UK beer scene. I don't know why people don't drink them, or well, it's not even they don't drink them. I just don't think they get a chance to drink them because it's that small of a batch, and people who do know them crave them and want them. I think that's the only justifiable reason why they aren't compared to Emperor and all these amazing breweries, because they don't put a foot wrong. One of the best Russian Imperial stouts I've had, will have, you will get to try if you do get this, if you can get this. I was very lucky to get this. This is quite an old can, to be fair. I got it from Hemmelfort, and I presume there's some left on there, so go check Hemmelfort out, try and get this beer, or hope and pray they brew it again. I imagine they will, because this is delicious. Rating, definitely 4 or 5. Easy, it's not even in question. It's how far he gets to the 5. This might be a 5, guys. I think we might have our first 5 here. Because there's literally nothing I'd change about this. There's nothing that you can add to this. As a Russian Imperial Stout, as a basic stout goes, I can't speak words. You'd be struggling to find better. I'll be honest with you. You'd be struggling to find better. The only criticism I've got is the body isn't that great. And that's probably what I say it's a 4.9. Just only because of the body. That's all it says. Flavour wise, it's amazing. It's an amazing world class, uber class stout. Trust me, it is brilliant. Like, literally nearly all their stouts are, and porters. Yeah, what a brewery. What a bloody brewery. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this review. I'm going to sit back, relax, listen to some Journey, and yeah, be merry. You enjoy the review. Cheers.